He... home.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Oh, I thought you said something.
Sorry, I don't think I was thinking out loud.
Oh, getting off here?
Staying here from now to unconscious.
Cantrell Crossing.
Cantrell Crossing. That's an odd name for a town.
A fellow named John Cantrell pioneered this town way back in the gold rush days.
Must have been quite an operator to get a town named after him.
They don't grow his kind anymore. This valley was nothing. Almost everything you see out there, John Cantrell either built or helped somebody build.
How did he wind up?
Well, they say he made and kept over $1 million. Never made an enemy or lost a friend.
You certainly is old on John Cantrell.
I ought to be. This is my grandfather.
All right, soldier, all right.
What a wonderful way to die.
You'll live.
Yeah, but will I like it? Ooh. You could get me so I like it, I think.
Whose side were you on?
You know, I didn't have time to find out.
If you're smart, you'll leave it that way. You don't know the Cantrells. They'll see to it that those farmers have to pay fines which they can't afford. They'll see to it that nothing's done about the goons that started the whole thing. It's what's called law and order these days in Cantrell Crossing. You're lucky you're just passing through.
Maybe I'm not as lucky as you think.
The farmers always work for the Cantrells this time of the year. Without that extra bit of cash income to count on, they can't keep up the payments on their farms. The bank can close them out, and the Cantrells own the bank.
You make Cantrell sound like a dirty word.
That's what it sounds like to every decent citizen in this used-to-be Pleasant Valley. Sound that way to you if you weren't a stranger.
Look, lady, I've been trying to tell you, but you get yourself so steamed up. I was born here. Lived here all my life till I went in the service.
Well, then you ought to know all about the Cantrells.
What about the young fellow, Johnny Cantrell? I used to know him. He's a nice guy.
The one who's away, he doesn't count.
What about his sister, Marion, I think her name was?
Her? When she married that Wade Anthony, she started right out to puncture the Cantrell legend.
Maybe it isn't her. Maybe it was her husband.
Who cares? They're a well-matched team. All they care about is money, and they don't care how they get it or who they hurt.
It's funny.
Nobody's laughing about it.
I don't mean ha-ha funny. Lied to a guy once, and I didn't know I was lying.
Lied to whom?
South Korean named Jen Hawk, friend of mine. Ex-POW, same as me. He used to ask me over and over again, what's it really like back where you came from? I used to tell him wonderful. Everybody friends with everybody, nobody pushing anybody around. And I'd come home, find out I was lying. I don't like being that kind of a liar. By the way, I suppose you're all dated up tonight.
Yes, I'm working. I work for the Courier, the weekly paper. Supposed to be a reporter.
You gonna, put all that in the newspaper about the Cantrells?
It's time somebody told the truth about them. Today was the last straw, and I've got the pictures to prove it.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck. You might wish me some of the same. I think we're both gonna need it. I imagine you're Wade Anthony?
Yes, I am, but... Oh, John, of course. Forgive me, I should have recognized you. Welcome home.
Thank you, sir.
Come in, come in.
Certainly is good to be home, sir.
We weren't told when to expect you, or I'd have come to meet you at the train.
Well, I wanted it to be a little surprise. And it sure was.
Don't tell me you were mixed up in that brawl at the station.
I got mixed up in something.
I'm sorry.
Say, tell me, where do those deputies get off slugging old-timers like Cass Martin? He worked for my father.
That's a long story, John. There've been a lot of changes while you were away. We'll talk about it later, huh?
Well, where's Marion, sir?
She's up in her room. She's been very ill.
Nobody told me.
Well, you had troubles of your own. She didn't want to worry you, but...
I see. She still hasn't forgiven me for enlisting without asking her first, is that it?
That's part of it.
Well, from the little she's written me, you've certainly done more than I ever could. I'm quoting Marion.
Your father left the estate in pretty bad shape.
Well, that's news to me.
Trying to carry on this open-handed Cantrell tradition, he loaded the estate with so-called friends of the family. Leeches, lazy, inefficient, ungrateful men.
Not like Cass Martin and the others I saw getting the goon squad treatment at the station.
We're bringing in competent, well-trained labor gangs whenever they're needed.
I see. The local farmers with no extra income can't make the payments in their farms. The Cantrell Bank takes over the land, and then they blame it all on the Cantrells. That's great.
Would you rather have bankruptcy blamed on the Cantrells? When your sister finally came to me for advice, the estate was on the verge of just that.
You'll have to prove that to me, sir.
I don't say things I can't prove. Now, about your sister.
What about her?
When word came that you were missing in action, she had a heart attack. She went all to pieces from shock and worry.
And you came along and married her.
Well, she had to have someone to lean on. When they started exchanging prisoners of war, your sister began to hope again.
Now, look, just for the record, I didn't die. I'm here, I'm home, and it's all over.
Perhaps I should caution you. Any undue emotional strain imposed upon her at this time may have very dangerous results. I hope you understand me.
I understand you. Now, do you mind if I see my sister, Mr. Anthony? Marion? Marion, don't you know me?
You ran away. You don't care about me. You ran away.
I did what I had to do, sis. But I'm home now. Home to stay. I'll take care of you.
Don't stay here, Johnny. Don't.
Of course I'll stay. We'll get you well. We'll get things straightened out. Something's wrong here, all wrong. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out what it is. You can be sure of that.
John.
You've really taken over, haven't you?
Someone had to. I've made the estate pay, which it wasn't doing before.
Marion's in charge of the estate, and you're in charge of Marion. You got her power of attorney?
At her insistence, yes. And with the full approval of the trustees.
The trustees. A bunch of stooges.
You can go into court and break the trust if you like, by having your sister declared incompetent.
Make the Cantrells look worse than you've already made them look? You know I won't do that.
Well, then perhaps after you've had a good long rest, John, you'll be a little less...
I'll be a little less nothing. Somebody should have told you, Mr. Anthony, that some of us ex-POWs are a little neurotic, one way or another. Can't tell what one of us is liable to do if we get worked up enough.
Ralph, the pictures don't lie. It's all right there, just the way I told you.
Yep, Liz, it certainly is. It's all here. Good pictures. Very good. Too good.
Oh, but when they start slugging soldiers...
If you were the reporter I trained you to be, you'd have found out who this particular soldier is. He happens to be Johnny Cantrell. Mm-hmm. John Cantrell III.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, but Ralph, that's wonderful. That's marvelous. Johnny Cantrell comes marching home and gets conked on the head by his own family's hired guerrillas. Why, that story will hit every front page in the state. Go all over the country.
Not from here, it won't.
They wouldn't dare sue for libel. If they did, the whole mess would become a matter of public record, and they couldn't stand that.
They don't have to sue. They owe the bank. I owe the bank money. The businessmen of this town must go along with the Cantrells or go out of business. I must get ads for this paper or I go out of business. So, sorry, Liz.
Those pictures belong to me, Ralph. If you don't want them, I do. Hugh used to be a great newspaper man. That's why I came here. I wanted to learn from the best. How to write the truth, all the truth.
That's all it is. I do the best I can.
Sure you do. You just don't practice what you teach.
No. I quit crusading for lost causes way, way back. I got too tired, Liz. Too tired to climb even the golden stairs. That's when I started being on a glass crutch. If I lost this paper now, I'd be dead and gone. Afraid to go back to the big town and ask for a job. The parade passed me by on the first turn, and I lost my guts. I didn't quit the big town game. The big town game quit me. Too many bottles on the downward trail.
I won't be needing this anymore.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't quit.
I have to.
But if you walk out now, what happens to me?
Nothing that hasn't already happened. Goodbye, Ralph.
Hello, Sam, Mike. Hi, Pete. Dave.
Yeah.
Why do you used to serve good coffee and friendly conversation? The whole town, maybe, but not you too, Dave.
You better go on home and stay there.
No, I think I'll just sit here and poison off the rest of your business. I thought you were working today.
I was. Coffee, black. So you're Johnny Cantrell III.
Is there a law against that, too?
No, but there ought to be. How did you ever get to be a hero?
Whoever said I was?
I did. I wrote it for the Courier. Heroic Cantrell Scion. I like that word scion. It sounds rich. Heroic Cantrell survives Red prison horrors. Wins a medal for his bravery.
Look, I never tried to take any bows. I had 10 minutes of the war. 2 years, 3 months, and 12 days of waiting for somebody to come and bail me out.
So you weren't really a hero. You were just there at the time.
That's what I just said.
But it isn't what you think. You really think you did something big.
Look, lady, you can't needle me deep enough to draw blood. I know who the real heroes were better than you do. I saw them die.
Shall I quote you?
You can if it makes you feel any better.
I'd also like to quote what you're going to do now that you're home. How you carried Freedom Banner in North Korea, but not at Cantrell Crossing.
Look, lady, I don't know what the Cantrells have done to you, but I had no part in it. But I'm sorry.
Somebody's going to make you a whole lot sorrier before long.
Oh? Who?
You'll find out, Mr. Cantrell.
I told him he better go on home. Cass Martin's back in the bar. Been there ever since he got out of jail. They fined him $100. And his wife had to hawk their cows to raise the dough. He's drunk and he's making all kinds of threats. And he ain't kidding. He's got a gun. Hey, Johnny.
Johnny, don't go back.
No, Johnny Cantrell.
That's right, Cass, but you got no cause to go gunning for me.
No?
No. Grab yourself some coffee, sober up, and I'll make you a proposition. If you're that, go home, sleep it off, see me in the morning.
I got no home. You Cantrells took it away from me. Stole it.
Look, I'll stake you to whatever you need to make the payments on your farm. I'll do the same for anybody else that's in your spot, as long as my money lasts.
You can't buy your way out of this.
You want to kill me a Cantrell?
Hold it, Cass. You're all mixed up, but you're no murder. Now put it away. I said put it away.
All right, come on, you.
Leave him alone. Let him alone.
He's under arrest.
For what? For showing me an old sidearm he brought back from World War I? Look, I got smart trying to take it away from him the way they taught me in combat school. I grabbed him, it went off, and fortunately nobody was hit.
Look, Mr. Cantrell.
You look. A dozen witnesses for and none against. There you are, Cass. Sorry I caused so much commotion.
Yeah, Mr. Cantrell, you're sorry. You don't want a case like this to get into court where even the Cantrells can't hush up the dirty, stinking truth. How you cheat and rob decent, respectable citizens till you drive me crazy.
All right. I give up.
I just wanted to tell you I thought that was a very nice piece of spur-of-the-moment line, even if it wasn't appreciated.
Thanks.
I thought you might like to go for a ride, cool off.
No thanks, and you can quote me.
Please.
Please. That's the first kind word I've heard since I've been home. What comes after that? More needles? My name is still Cantrell.
Let's make it Johnny. And mine's Liz Brokaw. My car's right over there. We could sort of drive around.
For publication?
No. For us.
I don't know why, but I'll buy it. I can actually see the sunshine.
I can't see it.
You just don't know where to look.
Never been out here before.
I used to come down here with my dad and fish. Never caught anything, but it didn't matter.
You must have missed this in Korea.
No, it was right there with me. I came down here the day my dad died, the day I enlisted, other times before that.
Were the other times pretty?
Believe it or not, you're the first girl I ever brought here. I got a hunch you'll be the last, too.
That's supposed to be good?
It could be.
And it could be bad. I'm spoiled, bossy, ambitious, and I can't cook. I'm really not a girl at all. I'm sort of a news hen.
You know you haven't thought about the Cantrells in the last couple hours.
Oh, I wish you hadn't reminded me.
Wish I hadn't reminded myself.
There must be some way we can break the stranglehold your brother-in-law has on the valley.
Liz, have you still got those pictures you took of me at the station?
Yes. Why?
I've just been hit on the head by an idea, and I think it might work.
What, Johnny?
First. Now, come on.
Well, that's good, Liz. Tell Johnny to have the deputy district attorney here tomorrow morning. I'll have plenty of ammunition for him. Goodbye, and God bless you.
What do you want?
I heard you were trying to locate your brother-in-law.
Where is he?
Right now, I'd say he's halfway back from where he went. Miss Brokaw was talking of getting married. Not immediately. They've got some things to settle first. Family matters.
Come in here.
After you, Mr. Anthony.
Now then, what's this all about?
It's about a problem. Your problem.
Stop your drunken chatter and get to the point. Where are they?
I had a call from an editor who fired me once. He wanted verification on a story brought to him by Miss Brokaw. A story concerning recent happenings in our prosperous little community. She was accompanied by John Cantrell III. It's a hot story. A story that'll put a fire under you that all the ice in Alaska can't cool down.
If that woman's lies get into print, I'll have you arrested and indicted for conspiracy to commit criminal libel.
As for criminal indictment, that's a shoe on another foot. Your foot. Miss Brokaw's a better reporter than I ever was. What she writes will be the substance of the truth, not the shadow of it. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. And her story's backed by Cantrell, line for line and fact by fact. He's a fast worker, your brother-in-law, and very convincing. He claims mismanagement and fraud. Oh, it's a great story. Story that has angles that'll stay hot for a long while. Returned soldier fights at home to save his friends and neighbors. That's a page one editorial in every paper in the state. But of course, you're smarter than most men. More unscrupulous and luckier. Sometimes your kind manages to crawl out of a corner and wiggle off into a hiding hole. Yes, you might come out of it a free man. Dirtier, but free. Free to poison other people. Like a rattlesnake. You can't convert a rattlesnake. He kills till he's killed. That's why I came to see you, Mr. Anthony. I came to kill you. You
raving drunk. You're out of your mind.
Insane? No. Drunk? Yes. Drunk on failures too many times repeated. Drunk on quiet desperation. Oh, I died long ago. But you're still alive. So I'm going to kill you. And it's a far, far better thing I do than I've ever done.
You wouldn't kill a man in cold blood?
Why not? Do a great right, do a little wrong. That last is from Shakespeare. But I doubt if you ever read Shakespeare. But I came to shoot a snake, not to stand here talk him to death. That's my biography. Always a man of words and never a man of deeds. But a bullet will put a period to the page. I hoped you'd do that. I didn't have a gun. I was always afraid of guns, among other things. But I was pretty sure you'd have one, and all I had to do was to talk you into using it. For once, words were enough. You've solved both our problems, Mr. Anthony. Yours and mine. I'll be seeing you on the first page in every edition.
And now you're a murderer.
It was self-defense. He came here to kill me. I thought he had a gun.
But he didn't have a gun.
Well, you're my wife. You can't testify.
At your mercy. Like all the other people you've hurt. But I'm safe now. You're the one that's afraid now.
I thought he had a gun.
Nothing can save you. Nothing. You're afraid. So afraid.
I'll take that.
It was self-defense. He came here to kill me. He said so.
I don't see any gun around but this one. When a newspaper man gets shot trying to dig out the truth, the district attorney and the grand jury will find out why. Come on, Mr. Anthony.
I know what I'll write to that kid in Korea. I'll just say, well, kid, my country's no different than yours or anybody else's. It's no better, no worse than the people that are in it. More bad than good, you're out of luck. More good than bad, be okay. It may take a little time, but eventually everything will be okay.